All right, let's stay with our focus now, which is particularly on entrepreneurship, of course, and it is, as we said, World Entrepreneurs Day now. And as we unpack perhaps just a little bit more, we cross live to our SME specialist reporter, Liabo Setho, at the Riverside Incubation Hub in Sandton. Good afternoon, Liabo. I can imagine that it is still a hive of activity. It continues to be the place where entrepreneurs can go to and perhaps get a whole lot of information and perhaps a helping hand.
Absolutely, Arabile. Well, the innovation hubs here in Riverside houses around 160 entrepreneurs or businesses in its premises. So that gives you the idea of just how busy this place can be. Well, today, as we celebrate World Entrepreneurs Day, we thought that we'd visit some of the businesses that are based here at the Riverside Incubation Hub to take a look at what they are doing. And I've learned that, with Africa having such a big problem with energy security, having entrepreneurs come on board and coming with solutions is becoming key. You know that experts that we've spoken to, they've always emphasized the fact that as an entrepreneur, you need to come up with a product that actually solves a problem. Well, this is what iGen does here at the Innovation Hub. They are manufacturers of lithium battery, and which is intended to be used in renewable energy sources, I believe. And I'm going to speak to one of the founders, Tumi Mphahlele, to tell us more about how they got into this business and why it's important for them. To me, thank you so much for your time. Batteries. I mean, why would you want to manufacture batteries? Girls are doing makeup. Tell me more about this business.
Our biggest ambition is really to impact development and think about the fourth industrial revolution. Think about what the future holds. Think about the future without power. And we know that renewable energy is the future. But you cannot implement renewable energy without batteries. Because if you think about it, renewable energy, for example, solar panels, you can only really harness the energy from the sun during the day. Yeah. What happens during the night? So that's where a battery comes in. So we are excited because it makes possible the kind of development that we would like to see in our continent. We would like to see fourth industrial revolution happen.
Most people talk about the challenges that entrepreneurs face. They talk about access to markets. They talk about funding. They talk about just being able to expand. How has the journey been for iGen?
It has been really fantastic, but it has been eye-opening as well. Fortunately for us, there's three of us in the business, and we bring into the business different strengths. And so we are able to focus and make sure that as a startup we are able to fulfill all that we need to do. There's the marketing aspect, there's the operations aspect, there's the technical aspect. You have to design a product. You have to design a product that is going to be useful. You have to design a product possibly that's not even like others. You have to make that difference. So because we are a team, and I would always advise that if you are going to start a business, try and consider working with others in a team. For me, as an entrepreneur, the biggest advice that I can give is exactly that. Find people that you can work with. Find a team that supports the kind of vision that you have. And because of that, we are where we are. The kind of team that we have, the kind of focus, and the kind of strengths that we individually bring into the operations.
Earlier on, we chatted and you told me that, as a business, you have big plans. And I want you to tell our viewers what your big plans are. I know that you import some components of putting together this battery that we talk about, but you have big plans in how you want to do it in future. Care to share with us?
We import some core components that we use to build our lithium-ion batteries. The opportunity is to look at some of these components that we actually bring in, to see whether we cannot manufacture them locally. What that means is we'll be creating more jobs, we'll be creating more capacity, more capability. And so in the near future, or almost in the immediate future, we're looking at exactly that. We are in advanced talks with people that are going to support us in this journey. Looking at it's almost as a supply chain process where we look at what we're importing, what we can substitute, what we can actually do that can create jobs for our local young people.
So what this tells me is that during these economically tough times, this is a perfect opportunity for you as a business to start looking at solutions, which is also what today the World Entrepreneurs Day is also about. What does this mean for you as an entrepreneur in South Africa?
It means it is possible. The possibilities are there. We always say, look, when the economy is bad, is it the right time to actually open a business? But we think that when the economy is not at its best, probably that's the time to actually look at what solutions you can bring in. That's when you're supposed to be innovative. And so we know that the kind of challenges we have. We even know the kind of energy challenges that we have, not just in this country, in the rest of the continent as well. So as an entrepreneur, if we're talking about entrepreneurship week, we actually talk about looking out for opportunities that will actually take you forward, even though the economy might not be at its best.
And just lastly, the prognosis for the energy security in South Africa, especially when you look at renewable energy, if you could just quickly summarize it for me, how you see the landscape, what we should be prioritizing for the country.
Energy, yes, because without energy, really, we cannot even talk about creating jobs. We know that we do lose jobs when we are not able to provide the kind of energy that we need for the country. So for me, energy is the first. And then you can then talk about your fourth industrial revolution, because you cannot see, or you will never be able to implement any of this future of futuristic projects if you actually do not have the energy that will support that. So,
Dumi Mphahlele, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it, and I do wish you the best of luck in this business. Thank you. Arabile, that is Dumi Mphahlele. She is with iGen Africa. They're housed here at the Riverside Incubation Hub, or the Innovation Hub. And she says the fourth industrial revolution is unlikely to happen if power is not up to scratch. So we need to get the power situation right. And with that, I'll hand over to the studio. But before I do that, let's quickly go to an ad break.